Hello, I'm back again, posting about anxiety and depression. This one's about triggers, part 2. My name is Heather. Welcome. Please give me a thumbs up. If you want to comment, please be nice. Give me some support. Again, I'm just doing this out of my heart, from my experiences that I've dealt with, as I dealt with over the years, anxiety and clinical depression, because I did have clinical depression at one time. I no longer take medicine. But again, this is from my own experience, and it may resonate with you. It may not. It may not have anything that you could work with, but it could give you a different point of view. I'd like to think this would help you. I would like to think this would be helpful, but that's all I intend to do. And I'm not going to make everybody happy, but that's okay. I just want to put this out there. So anyways, triggers. So we touched on a lot of stuff last time. And I'm going to try to break it down a little bit more in depth, because once you start breaking whatever that it is that's triggering you, or what works for me, it can help you get an idea of what you need to do or what's going on, where it stemmed from, and so forth. So triggers can be anything from your environment that you live in, workplace environment, and so forth. It could also be your habits. We all have bad habits, but some are more detrimental to our health than others. Diets. Diets have a big influence on our body and how it responds. Also, the people we're around. So that has a lot to do with it. And if you're not getting the right support or whatever, that could take you down a whole nother pathway that you don't want to go down. So anyways, let's go back to the first one, environments. So first thing, you need to kind of study your environment. Is there anything that makes you feel uncomfortable? And it's hard to decipher in the beginning, because everything, your emotions are way on a high, turned up all the way. So you're gonna have to slowly break it down, little by little, and give yourself time. So try to look at your environment, and if it's cluttered, slowly find ways to declutter it. Ask for help to help declutter it. Get organized. Is it stressful? Is it loud? Is it noisy? Got noise pollution around you? Constant noise pollution? Is your environment positive? You need to have a positive setting. And I know that's not something always easy to do, or just turn around overnight, but you're gonna have to find a way to find a more positive setting. And that's what you need to do. Sorry, somebody was calling me on my phone and I'm recording this. But anyways, so study your environment and try to, if you want, again, make a list of how you feel about your environment. What makes you feel a certain way? Is it good? Is it a good thing, or is it a bad thing? Next is habits. Your habits. List the good and bad, and revisit them and say, are they really good for me? Or is the ones that are bad, how are they bad? And when you find something that you feel like is not really good for you, then you need to just say, okay, how can I train myself mentally, or how can I teach myself to slowly take this out of my life, saying I'm no longer doing this, or change it to a good habit. I'll use an example like smoking or procrastination. I mean, there's a lot of different types of habits. We're all unique in our own way, and we're gonna all have our own system of things that we do daily or weekly. And I hate to say it, that some of them are not the best habits. Some may not be that bad, and they don't do that habit may not have a huge impact on you, but there are others that can put you in this position that can I hate to keep using the word trigger your anxiety or depression, or inflame the situation. So you got to look at those habits. And again, you could talk to somebody about them and just kind of go over it, and make sure you have somebody that's kind of neutral based, meaning like they're just going to be very open-minded. They're not going to be one-sided. Okay, you want somebody that's going to be very middle ground and just kind of be very going either which way. Say, okay, let's hear you out, not just opinion based. Okay, someone that's a good friend and it's going to give you heart to heart. Diet. Now, this one's a hard one. When I was depressed, my diet was a struggle. I didn't want to eat at times, and then when I did, I wanted to eat nothing but junk. And it's hard. You're gonna have to slowly, if you can, introduce better quality food, because your body's gonna respond based on what you eat. If you feel, especially when you're not feeling that great mentally, psychologically, you have all these emotions, and then your body's responding to the crap you eat, you're gonna feel worse, and then it's just gonna just set the whole mood off wrong. It's gonna just push you further into that rabbit hole. So we're just slowly taking things off your shoulders to where you can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So again, diet, you're gonna have to slowly back off on the sugar soda drinks. Try to back off on the fried foods. Try to have more water, and so forth. Try to eat more fruits and vegetables, whole grains. Try to eat leaner meats, baked foods. Try it. Replace a meal or replace a snack. Again, I'm not expecting you. I didn't do it. You can't do it all overnight, but it's these little things. And each day look forward to something new, like, I like that, or I didn't like that, but I want to try that healthy. I never tried that piece of fruit. Let's try it. Play with it in a sense to where you're like, it feels rewarding because you enjoy it. You're introducing new things to your life. And when you play with it in a sense like, well, I don't know if I really want to try that, but it may be good. And you kind of get it, if you did like the taste of it, you get a sense of joy, like, okay, I opened myself up to it, and it's a rewarding experience because, one, you liked how it tasted, and you're already responding good here. Eventually, you're going to respond good down in your digestion, and it's that euphoria is going to come up and give you positive vibes, positive emotions, and it's going to decrease those anxiety and depressions. Another trigger is people. I could go on and on about how there's been people in my life that have, especially from my childhood, that have triggered me today from events from back then, or have triggered me now from events from yesterday. And it's weird. It's a weird process, but don't try to overthink it. Because a majority of people, we try to overlook things and forgive and walk away, but we never resolve it, and it festers over years. And then also that person may or may not be still in your life, but they keep adding stuff on because they're could be toxic or have traits or bad habits that irritate you to no end. And just know this, you're not going to listen to me now, but if you replay this later, it may start to sink in. Most people that have bad habits or bad traits or have toxic habits or traits are toxic because they're unhappy or unsatisfied with their own life and don't realize it's overflowing onto you. Some of them are in major denial. Some of them are just not aware. There's different grades of it, different levels of it, and they're suffering as well. It's not up to you to fix them. You know, if you're a Christian, we just gotta love them from afar, pray for them. If you're not, by all means, still love them from afar and pray for them. But nobody's forced to fix anybody. That's not our job as people. But boundaries are important if that person is causing issues. For children, that is hard. You're gonna have to reach for help or let somebody know or communicate. So when you have a toxic person or there's someone in your life that's causing issues, family member, loved ones, friends, it's hard to communicate what they're doing to you. Now, if you're able to do it and communicate to them like, hey, I'm feeling this way and I need you to understand that the reason I'm feeling this way is some things that this is a better way to open up communication. The reason why I'm feeling this way is something I would really like to discuss with you. And you don't want to attack them because you'd feel the same way. You'd be like, whoa, calm down. I didn't do anything. I'm just here for support. No, just kind of talk to them and try to open up a communication line to them and try to be open about it. Like, be delicate how you deliver it, because one, you don't want to upset the situation to where it blows up in your face and it just festers and you get upset more. But I will tell you this, you know, if you kind of hint to them about some things that's bothering you and they're receptive and they kind of hear you and they're like, okay, well, let me try, especially a spouse or family member, a loved one, friend, it will help you already mentally within a few seconds, like, oh my gosh, they hear me. Now, that's only one part of it. The other part is the actual process. So a process of it, either whatever that person's doing, if they're willing to do their part and help by not doing whatever it is that is impacting your anxiety or depression, by taking it away while you're around or bringing it down or not putting it in your lap. If they can take that away and be supportive, that will help a lot. Now, the world is not an easy place. A lot of people are going to get defensive or don't want to listen or don't understand. We're all different. First off, you don't get upset. If you communicated with that person and you tried and it didn't work, that's okay. If you don't feel comfortable communicating with that person, that's okay. But no, either way, if it didn't work when you communicated, or if you're unable to communicate to that person for whatever means, boundaries are important for your sake and theirs. I'm not saying to cut them out. Don't cut them out. limitations and learn, and this will help you learn how to control boundaries with the way you interact with other people. So boundaries is important. Don't cut people out, but it helps you prepare for the world mentally, especially the business world, school, or what have you. We all have to have boundaries and learn to, if somebody says something that upsets you, family member, coworker, whatever, wherever you're at, they say something, just take a deep breath and learn to keep your mouth shut and just kind of like walk away. Easier said than done, I know. I'm one to like, I gotta say something, but if you could just learn to stay quiet and walk away, even though in your mind you want to say a million things that's upsetting you, just know that, hey, it's their problem, not mine, or that's them, not me. And let it go. Because sometimes, well, majority of the time, it's not going to help to say something. Plus, what does it matter in the end? I mean, there's people in this world, they're going to say things because their emotions is dictating their words. And we're all victim of our own emotions. And they may or may not know what their emotions are doing and how they present themselves how it impacts you. But that's okay. You need to worry about your health and well-being. And if you just kind of walk away and say, okay, I gotta go. I'll see you later. Bye. Or just like, peace out. Don't even have to say anything. Just like, and just go. And you can see them on another day or later on at work or at a meeting or that family member, whatever it may be. But I'm just trying to give you some things to look forward to. And at the whole time you're doing these things and making a list, I'd be great if you could make a list about this stuff that you're going through, like listing these triggers, people and stuff, and how it made you feel and why, or what could have happened. Just try to be open-minded to the point to where it's like you're not attacking people. You're just trying to learn more about yourself. And that's what this whole process is about. So again, this is triggers for anxiety and depression. Don't be afraid to learn what you're capable of. We think we know more about our bodies, but our bodies are more equipped than we know, and we allow more. We're stronger than we know, but we allow a lot of things to hinder us than needed, and our potential growth or potential power abilities is not up to par because we bog ourselves down with all this negative crap in the world. So I just want you to grow from that and see if we could take anything from this. I hope it helps you, guides you. I will come with more information just to share with you, and peace and love. Stay fit, mind, body, and soul. Okay? Have a great night.